We got some hummingbirds, people. Good morning. We got some hummingbirds. Let's see if they'll come back. If they come back, I'll let you know. Good morning. Good morning. What am I talking about today? Interesting, right? Interesting experiment this is, because I don't have too much prepared each morning, but sometimes I think oh yeah, I should talk about that, tomorrow, but it slips my mind and I get distracted by the disconnect of my Wi-Fi connection. But hopefully you are hearing everything I'm saying in complete sentences today, and you are not getting this jagged cut content. You live, you learn, right? Yeah, there were 2 hummingbirds. The only problem about this Goldilocks spot is that it's like I'm right by the hummingbird feeder. I don't want to, intimidate them, They're so cute and small and fragile. I don't want to scare them with my big giant body. So from the other points, I was further away from it and gave them more privacy. But that is none of your concern. So yeah, good morning. We are a minute and a half in, and I haven't said much of anything. One thing I thought about talking about today, getting political. There was a tweet from Joe Walsh that I saw this morning, but I think he posted it last night, where he recommended that Biden get Warren as his VP. And if you guys don't know, I volunteered for the Elizabeth Warren campaign for president. It was an honor. One of the best things I've ever done. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I'd be riding with Biden if he chooses her as VP, right? I love her so much. And I'm from Oklahoma. She's from Oklahoma, right? And she's a strong, progressive woman and just has... the preparedness is amazing, right? She had a COVID plan during the Iowa caucus in February. No one took it seriously, and then now there's a disaster, and she predicted the recession, and she's just this brilliant person, and the heart is really means something to me. She's got a big heart, and as she has sort of teamed up with Biden in the whole Veep stakes thing, right? Working together to adopt her plans and stuff. I've seen Biden's heart show through more than I had during this campaign. It reminded me of those Joe and Barack days, right? And how kind of a softie, the empathy really comes through on the texts. He wasn't my number one candidate. I'm not going to go into all the intricate details of the 2020 primaries because I'm worn out from it. But my point is that I saw a tweet from Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is a Republican who is or was primarying Trump. So obviously Trump is the incumbent, and the Republicans are probably going to go with Trump. But, Joe Walsh tested it out to see if maybe there was another Republican option. And Joe Walsh definitely is not my guy. Required. But anyway, yeah, so it got me thinking about the reformation of politics, the reformation of political parties. Republicans, Democrats, liberal, conservative. There's just a political football that gets tossed around, and both parties play into it. Actually, both parties enable each other. I won't get into that, but I believe that if we have, ultimately along down the road, a third party, then it would sort of strengthen the marketplace of ideas, but I don't believe a third party is, the moment calls for a third party now. What I do believe is that there's been Trump, he has Uranus conjunct his sun, so it's like, it is, right? So he really like changed everything, you know, whether you believe for better or for worse. You know, this video isn't to tell you who's right and who's wrong, but just to say that I think the Republican Party has to have a come to Jesus moment on, you know, who they allow in their party, what their platform stands for. Because people like Joe Walsh, you know, don't identify with sort of the Trump GOP, but also a lot of Trump supporters aren't your typical Republicans, but like Trump supporters, we have that on the left too, right? I supported Bernie Sanders in 2016, but the 2020 Bernie campaign is a little different. And I feel like it's getting more fringe, and so I was thinking today, like, what are our parties going to look like a few years from now, right? I think there's also going to have to be a come to Jesus moment in the Democratic Party too, because how can we be like so bad at winning that, you know, this guy gets elected? So there's a come to Jesus moment in all of the parties, but I just feel like there is a reshaping of all of those groups, and we could see a lot of that play out in Saturn in Aquarius, because Saturn is about structure, discipline, and then Aquarius is about groups, right? So the restructuring of our alliances, of our coalitions, of our assemblies, right? In the US we assemble. Yeah, let me know what you think though. I think that is all I want to speak on today. I'm a little worried that I will get disconnected soon, and yeah, I have said what what I need to say. Do you think? No. But yeah, I will see you next time. It's a pleasure as always. Lovely morning. Really great. Really glad it's Friday, and yeah, we can start this weekend. Let's wrap this up more and wrap it up. Bye.